Hello, this is Go Savage, your coach of the Baltimore Mimikyu. I'm going to take 10-20 minutes to quickly run through my team that I drafted for the CCBL, kind of tell you why I picked the ones I did, the big points about them, maybe some future builds of mine. Before we start, just real fast, I want to give a huge shout out to CrimsonCBad. If you don't know who that is, his stuff should be on the screen, / it will be on the bottom in the description, so go check him out, give him a follow. He's a YouTube content creator, streamer on Twitch, really fun dude, fucking hilarious. Go give him a follow for me. Give him a big shout out. So let's just go ahead and dive into this. This is my 9th time recording this, so I'm slightly irritated. I had a mic failure, several format failures. That's okay. So this is a tiered draft format league. So what that means is, and if you don't know, you can ask me later if you want more information, but we had to pick a tier 1, tier 2, 2 tier 3s, tier 4, tier 5, 1 mega, and then 4 free picks. The free picks were based on a point system, maximum 400 points, different tiers had different points. Don't worry so much about that. If you want to know more, just so you know, you can give me a holler. This does follow the P4G's tiered system, if you're familiar with that. So there was 3 or 4 Pokemon that I really had to have. I'll point those out along the way. Ones that I just really wanted to use that maybe I hadn't used before, or I don't get to use very often. And the first of being, which is also my first pick, funny enough, is Latios. So the Latios have held very strong in the Sun and Moon era, primarily just because it has access to Defog, which is fantastic in draft format. I always try to draft 3 or 4 hazard removers, hazard setters to give me different options every week, bringing different mons or bringing multiples so that it's harder to get those hazards up on me or to take out one Pokemon then I can't remove anything. So this checked off that box right then and there. I also checked off my Dragon box. I do have to have my Dragon Fairy Steel Core. Not only that, but the Latios hit very, very hard. I'm not such a big fan of the pink one. And yes, I said the pink one, Latios. But I do love, I would have picked that if Latios didn't fall to me. It just happened that Latios did fall to me, so I was really excited about that. Get things like Draco Meteor, Psyshock, Trick, Thunderwave, Defog. Awesome base stats in 130 special attack, 110 speed. Decent defenses in 80, 100. If I'm not mistaken. Love this mon. Really excited it fell to me. I was going to grab the pink one if I had to, but I'm really happy I got this one. So that brings me to my second tier 1, which I struggled with this for quite a bit. There was a lot in that first tier that I really wanted to have, but as time went on, I realized that I really wanted to grab Victini. Victini is base 100 stats across the board, so yes, I understand that that's not anything special. Doesn't really stand out to you in any one stat, but Victini does get access to V-Create. V-Create is a base 180 fire type physical move. This thing hits hard. You choice bandit on Victini, you get a choice bandit V-Create. This thing can OHKO most things if they don't resist, and if it does resist, it's still taking hella damage. Something also that it gets that I'm a really big fan of is U-Turn. So U-Turn, Volt Switch, Parting Shot. I love these moves. Can do pretty decent chip damage, especially if you choice band, choice specs them. You get that momentum to bring out something that can just scare something out. Victini also gets good coverage too. So I'm really excited about this. Probably won't be bringing it every week, but when I do bring it, you're gonna see it's gonna do some good work. Speaking of good work, my third pick is going to be Nidoqueen. So I knew going into this league that I really wanted to grab a Nidos. I'm a really big fan of Sheer Force. Sheer Force boosted Life Orb, Earth Power, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Sludge Wave. They hit incredibly hard. The stats on Nidoqueen aren't the best, but when you get that Sheer Force Life Orb boost, you can do really good damage. I do build her bulky sometimes just to scare people out. A lot of people don't expect that. And then finally, it does get hazards. So Nidoqueen has access to Stealth Rocks and Toxic Spikes, 2 fantastic hazards that I will be bringing several times. That's my first hazard setter, and I'll get a couple more as we go. I'm really happy I got this. I was choosing between this and Nidoking. Nidoking being in tier 3, Nidoqueen being in tier 2. It just happened that there was more tier 3s that I wanted than tier 2s, so I went with Nidoqueen. Alright, so the first tier 3 that I ended up drafting was Alolan Muck. And when Sun and Moon came out, there wasn't a whole lot of Mons that redefined competitive Pokemon. It's really hard to do that, honestly. It has to be very, very powerful Mons. But Alolan Muck completely redefined VGC. Has done very, very well in Season 16, 17 of VGC. I think it's going to continue to do really well. That Poison Dark typing is awesome. Gets rid of one of its weaknesses while adding none. So that's amazing. I love immunities. Get them as often as I can. Latios gets Levitate, in case you guys didn't know. So that's already 2 immunities right there. I love that free switching when I can. If I can get the prediction off. Knockoff, Shadow Sneak, and Pursuit for priority. Does Clear Smog if I really had to bring that, in case the sweepers. I'm really excited about this. This is something I'll be bringing almost every week, if not every week. Assault Vested Alolan Muck does really good work. Awesome defenses in 105, 75, 100. You add that with Assault Vest, and I do love me some Assault Vest. It's going to be some good work. Also, those berries with the Gluttony. I mean, it speaks for itself. Alright, so as my name suggests, I do love Ghost Pokemon. I always have to have one. No matter what I'm doing, I love Mono Ghost. I really played with Mono Ghost for this league, just to kind of show people the power of Ghost, but decided to go serious. So, when I was looking at getting a Ghost Pokemon, I think I was struggling between the Mimikyus for the franchise mascot, or Gengar. Those are the 2 that I was looking at the closest. After getting Nidoqueen and Alolan Muck, I wasn't going to grab a Poison type. Mimikyu I really love, but it just didn't fit what I wanted to do for this season. You only really run Mimikyu one way. So I ended up getting Dhelmise, and I do love Dhelmise. I had drafted it before. It's done a lot of work with me. If you didn't know, it gets 3 stabs in the form of its ability Steel Worker, which allows it to have stab for steel types. So it's got Ghost, Grab, Steel, Stab. It does get access to Anchor Shot, which is a fantastic steel type move. Does trap the opponent in. This will be one of my Tapu killers. So I think there's 3 teams out of Tapu. Dhelmise does very good work against all 3 of them. Can switch into all 3 of them and do really good damage back. Also has access to Rapid Spin. So another spinner for me. That makes 2 so far. So really excited about that. Has really good coverage moves too. Depending on what I want to bring. I think it gets Brick Break and Brutal Swing, Earthquake. So a lot of different options I can run on it. Really excited to use it. Really poor base speed in 40, but really awesome attack in 131. Kind of makes up for it. I will play with Trick Room, so if you guys keep up with it, keep a lookout for Trick Room. I think I run that one or 2 times for the fast teams. We'll see what happens. So another mod that I really wanted to get was I always get an EV mod. Usually go towards Vaporeon, Umbreon for the defensive ones, but when it came to pick not only electric type, but at this time Sylveon had been taken, which I really wanted. Primarina had been really taken, so it was a water fairy type that I wanted. So I was like, well, I can get Vaporeon. Well, it got taken. So I'm with Jolteon. I really love Jolteon. Base 130 speed, base 110 special attack, and hit pretty hard. Does have access to Volt Switch, which again, I love me some Volt Switch U-turn. So I'll be bringing that almost every week. Also gets Volt Absorb. So it gets recovery in the form of Wish, in case you didn't know that, and its ability Volt Absorb. So I can switch in, do 25% healing off of electric moves. Grants me an immunity. Not a whole lot of weaknesses. I'm only weak to ground, which is a theme on my team, if you pay attention. I do it to myself. I can't lie. But this one's very, very fast. Hits pretty hard. I can Volt Switch into it. Wish. Volt Switch out. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, like I said, Sylveon was the EV I wanted. That was my fairy type. Didn't get it. Didn't get Primarina. I had given up on fairy types altogether. So, I think it was at this time, because it was a 2-week draft. I think it lasted about 2 weeks. And I was sitting at work one day, and I was like, alright, well, I want a fairy type. I'm going to go ahead and grab one. what am I going to grab? So open up Smogon, threw a fairy type in there, was going through them, and I saw Deontay. And I remember Deontay in game. I don't think I caught it, but I remember it. I started looking at this mon, and I was really surprised. I'd never seen Deontay in any format in any competitive Pokemon before. Yes, it's times 4 weak to Steel, which is kind of a bummer. Steel is pretty popular and in the meta for right now. But it's got 150 base defense and 150 base special defense. Those are amazing. It's paired with a very bad base HP stat of 50. But those defenses are awesome. You combine that with his ability to get Diamond Storm, which is a rock type move, and in case you didn't know, has a 50% chance to raise his defense stat by 2. So imagine throwing an Assault Vest on Deontay, getting that special defense boost, using Diamond Storm, getting that boost on the defense. What's going to kill a Deontay? I don't even know if it's still type would kill Deontay at that point. So the more I started using Deontay in Showdown and playing around with it, I really like it. So I drafted it. I'm going to use it a lot this season, I think, just to get used to it and try to show people what it can do. I think it can do a lot of work. It does get access to Moonblast. Also has access to Stealth Rocks, which I'm really happy about. It gives me one more Stealth Rocks user. Like I said, I try to get as many of those as I possibly can. I think I end up getting 3 if I'm not mistaken. So I'm really excited about this. You're probably going to see it quite a bit, as I'm going to try to use it as much as possible. So we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited about that though. Alright, so I realized at this point that I needed to round out my cores. Deontay finished my Dragon Fairy Steel core, so I needed to work on my Fire Grass Water core. So I was looking at the water types, and originally I wanted to get Mega Swampert. I was kind of bummed when Mega Swampert got picked. I've been floating between that and Sceptile. So Mega Swampert was picked, and I was like, well crap. That's okay. I'll go my backup. I just gotta find a water type. And it ended up picking base form Swampert. It still hits pretty hard in base 110 attack. Poor speed stat, decent defenses, and 190-90. So I think it'll be okay. It's also a Stealth Rock user, so it gives me 3 total Stealth Rocks users. It's a pretty good lead too. You lead it with Earthquake, Scald, Toxic, Stealth Rocks. Either get your rocks up, throw out a Toxic if you have to, or hit really hard with Earthquake. Choice Band, Leftovers, Life Orb. A lot of different things you can do with this. I think it works really well with my team. Gives me a ground type user. Ground boost or stab boost or Earthquake hits really hard with that 110 stat. So really excited about that. So now we'll go into my mega pick. So like I said, Swampert got taken, so I ended up going with Mega Sceptile, which I'm not mad about at all. It has accessibility, Lightning Rod, gives me 1 more immunity. It has decent resistances. It is times 4 weak to Ice. And again, I don't like times 4 weaknesses. Swampert's times 4 weak to Grass. Deontay's times 4 weak to Steel. So we'll have to prep for that. But with enough prep, times 4 weaknesses aren't that bad. And I'm pretty good about negating those when I team build. So Mega Sceptile has base 145 speed, base 145 special attack. Those are phenomenal. This will outspeed everything in the game, barring a few. I don't have to worry about running like max speed EVs. I'll speed creep where I can. Throw the rest of the special attack and the defenses. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna run it hybrid for the most part. It does have a base 110 attack stat, so and it gets awesome coverage. You guys don't know, this thing gets a lot of things. Focus Blast, Earthquake, Leaf Storm, Giga Drain. I can set up with Agility, which I don't have to do, at that point. It gets Double Edge, Energy Ball. A lot that it can do, a lot that it gets. I'm really excited about using this, team building with this. I've never used this. Does has priority in Quick Attack and Pursuit. Well, that's it. Alright, so we'll move on. So the next one, the next pick, is another mon that I just really had to get. I knew going into this is one of those mons that I just really wanted for no particular reason other than I really love it. So it's probably my only fun pick of my draft, I feel like, and that's Moltres. So when I first ran through first gen, when I was a wee little lad, Moltres was my first legendary Pokemon, followed by Mewtwo. I love this Pokemon. I think it's really slept on in competitive format. Not the best fire Pokemon, not the best flying, but it does have decent stats. Has access to defog, flamethrower, does get hurricane, it can roost, toxic. So I'm really excited about this. I'm really glad I got it. I was really afraid the entire draft was going to get taken from me. So I'm really happy it fell to me. It does suffer from Stealth Rocks quite a bit. 50% damage to Stealth Rocks. I will be running multiple defoggers though, as you can see on my teams. So won't have to worry about that as much. I'll use this as a lead sometimes, I think. With those decent stats, I can build it bulky, throw it at the beginning of the game, get a really big hurricane off first thing, confuse something, that 30% chance to confuse, so really happy I got this. So like I said in the beginning of the video, I did get sniped on one pick. This is the only snipe I feel like I got sniped on. I chose Tauros. So I remember it was either early morning or I was at work. The pick came to me and I was like, yes, Bottle Mimikyu pick Tauros. Last pick. Hell yeah, I'm excited. I got messaged like 3 seconds later, bro, Tauros got picked like 3 turns ago. So my first opponent, week 1, is TheFosseFox, who is the coach of the Leicester Delphoxes. This dude took Tauros from me 3 picks before mine. I was devastated. I was so mad. Like, I remember I sat there fuming. I was so mad. And then I get this guy week 1. So it's revenge time. Just so we know, I'm out for blood because he took my Tauros. So that's okay. So I was like, alright guys, well give me some time. I need to go through tier 5, see what I can get, see what I'll fit my team. So I started going through tier 5. Nothing. I didn't see anything I wanted. I was mad and salty, and I was looking and looking. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick something random. I think I was gonna go with the Promo Pass. And I was like, you know what? Hold on. So I went to Smogan, typed in U-turn, skimmed through it. Didn't see anything from tier 5 that I wanted. I threw in Volt Switch, going through it, and I saw Zebstrika. Now I've seen Zebstrika used several times in League format and used very effectively. Abilities Lightning Rod, Motor Drive, and Sap Slipper are fantastic abilities. All 3 very good. Sap Slipper especially. Immunity to Grass. When you get the Grass type move, you get your special attack stat raised by 1. That is amazing. So combine that with your ability to Volt Switch out with a really decent speed stat of 116. I went with this Mon. It gives me the fast Mon because I've drafted some slow Mons. I get Beyonce, Delmise, Little Muck, all base 50 or below. So it gave me a fast Mon, another Volt Switcher. I can Life Orbit to make up for its poor special attack stat of 80. Sap Sipper, Lightning Rod give me immunities. I'm really excited. I wasn't at first, but the more I play around with it, the more I see it, I like it. But I think it'll be a really good addition to my team. And I think overall, I drafted a pretty good team. I got 3 Stealth Rocks users. I got 3 Hazard Removers in Moltres, Delmise, and Latios. I got things that hit very, very hard. You got Sceptile, Jolteon, Delmise, Bikini, Latios. A lot of different threats. A lot of mines that can be built both physical, special, bulky, not bulky, offensive. So I think personally it's a very hard team to prep for, and one that I'm really proud to use, one that I'm really hoping can do some good work. But I'm really just hoping to have some fun, do some funky sets. I'll point those out along the way. I will be doing team builders as much as possible. I have to have surgery here soon, so I'm going to be down for quite a bit. I don't know how that'll affect my play. I might have to forfeit a week maybe. We'll see how that goes though. I'm going to work with the mods and work with the different coaches and see what we can do. So I'll put a video out though, saying what we're going to do when it gets closer to time. Our schedule hasn't been set yet. So I don't know when our week 1 video will go up, but I will be doing team builder when I can. Be doing either live comm or post comm depending on how the setup goes. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, go give CrimsonCBad a shout out. Go give all the coaches a shout out. I'll put all their information at the bottom if they let me. And just let's have some fun, guys. Let's have some fun. Let's do some good work. And that'll be it for me, guys. I'll see you next week.